Hello everyone. Today we'd like to discuss about what is the best team currently for battles, like what how this team will look like. It's important to mention that there is always a counter to all the teams, so it's not like the best team, but it's a team that usually is difficult to kill, and it's also a team that always you have a likelihood, a probability to win. Sometimes 10-0, other times no, but it's not a team that you can beat that particular team with different common heroes with multiple compositions. Like there is maybe one or two compositions that will be able to kill this team 10-0, which is what makes the team very good. And this team is, let me go here first, in my opinion, is Astaroth as a tank, combo Tristan Oya with fire siblings. Okay, important to mention is if we go back to particularly the last three heroes. So let's go to oh, Kayla. She only have one skin. Okay, spending another three, and future four doesn't have talisman. The same for Aiden, only has one, which is the magic attack. Okay, still waiting for three for the talisman and the future the six skin. And Oya, which is just released hero, the last one, doesn't have any skin. So we are talking about a team where three of the heroes, two of them only have one skin, and the other have zero skin, and it's a team that already is performing very well. So for testing this team, I have prepared here like a couple of teams, okay, with using the most common meta teams. The first one is Taff, the second is TYF, so the Jasmine version with Astaroth, Progress with Ginger, Progress with Astrid, the Progress version that where they remove Judge and you put Jasmine, and it's a little bit more aggressive version of Progress. Then the best, in my opinion, nature team, which is Masi, Mojo, Albanor, as a tank, Aurora, and then you put Oya. Eternity team, Octavia team, two versions, the one that use Iris and the one that use Sebastian with Jasmine. Then we have Chaos teams, the one that use Faceless and the pure Chaos. Probably instead of using Jorge here, if I have Pepi, will be a better option. I don't have Pepi, so I cannot test. The next team is Amira team, Amira control team. So Faceless Jorge with Amira Lian and Siria Satan. The other Mystic team, which is the one with pure damage team, which is the one that use Maya with Heidi, amplified by Nebula, and then you use Cascade for amplify the damage. And then I have been adding a mix of teams. This one here is the Octavia team, so Octavia Dante with Fire Siblings. Then the Oya team with Fafnir and Kayla, the tough team but using Fire Siblings instead of Artemis and a second tank. Then Progress team using Liam with Amira, so the Magic Progress team. Then this is the counter of Oya teams. Okay, the main counter of Oya teams. You can change maybe this for Albanor, or but you need to change only one hero here usually to be able to win almost all the Oya teams. And then what or what is considered one of the best Oya teams, which in that case the one that use Astaroth Jasmine with Oya Tristan. Okay, and then finally, using very similar team than the one I proposed, but using Julius instead of Astaroth. Okay. One point I would like to mention, like the team proposed with Julius also works very well, also works very well with Galahad. I don't have Galahad. Okay. In my opinion, the Astaroth version is a little bit better, particularly against Fafnir teams. Okay, I already have simulate the battles to go a little bit faster. Okay, I need to start here versus TAF 6-4. Okay, we can see a match where we lost and why we lost. This was a surprise for me. I know that it will not be 10-0, but I was expecting like better result, particularly because Astaroth bans the energy of Fafnir. Oya is going to pick up Artemis, and then in theory should be an easy victory. But we see for, I believe this is the bug. I understand now. This is the bug of Oya. Like there is a current bug between Oya and Luther where Oya doesn't pick up anything. So I think it's what happens here. Okay, because Oya should have pick up Artemis. I don't know when they are going to fix this bug, but be careful with Luther and Oya. I think was Sudden Death posted in his YouTube channel a video explaining about this. So if you are interested, go and see it. I think it's valuable. Okay, second match, it was using the same team against TYF. So Tristan, Jasmine, Fafnir, 10-0. Okay, not too much to see. Progress team, this was 6-4 in favor. We can see like how it works. In that case, we are going to win. Okay, the victory that we won. Let's see what happens here. I think this team has reduced is a little bit stronger since the release of the control class, particularly because of Judge. But having Kayla here, it makes this less relevant. One interesting thing is how much is taking to kill Ginger. We have killed almost the middle team before killing Ginger, despite we grab Ginger. And this is one of the things that maybe using Galahad or using Julius with the new skin maybe is better option than using Astaroth. Astaroth is more defensive version, and then maybe for attack you prefer to use Galahad or Julius. Okay, take this into account. The next match versus Artris 4-6. We see one will be lost and why. This makes sense because Astrid weapon is artifact. Also, the Lucas will put a lot of pressure, or is in the front line or in the middle line when Kayla jumps. It depends on timing. I think Kayla jumps before Lucas. They jump almost at the same time. Also, Astrid counter Oya, and then with the quantity of armor Astrid has, with the ultimating that fast, plus the protection of Judge with the shield, it makes very difficult to kill Astrid. As you see, Astrid is still alive, and Tristan is almost dead. One important point here is I don't have the talisman of Tristan, which is health. Okay, so take this into account, but you see this, depending on the victory, it could be a loss or a win, but maybe you have the talisman, maybe you don't lose Tristan that fast. The point here is you lost Tristan, then you don't have a second damage. Okay, and this is the reason, and some people prefer to play with Fafnir instead of Aiden. Aiden gives you more protection, but Fafnir gives you stance and also increase the damage of Kayla. So if Tristan dies, you can still be able to survive. Okay. Anyways, this is over. I want to show you like how much resurrection between these two happens. So Kayla is still around despite almost at the end of the match, and we were able to hold like almost 1.5 minutes. Okay, the next match was versus the Sebastian Jasmine version, aggressive version 10-0. Next one versus Nature 10-0 versus Eternity 8-2. I was expecting this because Corvus Morrigan is the counter of our sibling, but despite this, we were able to win. Okay, we can see what happens here. But I imagine Kayla will die very fast. Astaroth will try to resurrect. So honestly, it was surprising because also Morrigan hard counters the best ability of Astaroth, which is resurrection. Hard counter Aiden resurrection. Corvus hard counter Kayla. So there were three heroes being hard counter, but still Kayla was able to kill Phobos and practically Iris. And then Iris has fallen now, and then it's like almost a mirror match. By the way, I have the class of health and the class of the tanks a part of the control. For this, you see this sometimes this yellow, this green is the class of health. Okay, and the blue then you see sometimes behind is the class tank. Okay, this is over. Let's move on. Okay, the next match versus Octavia 3-7 versus the Octavia with Jasmine 9-1. Let's see what happens here versus the Adio team. This very good team. So the thing of this team is it doesn't provide to you 10-0 in attack, and then in defense you have Heidi is very easy to hard counter. One important thing, remember that Kayla does pure damage, and this team, you kill this team with pure damage. Okay, we were able to kill, but we didn't kill Iris. Resurrection of Kayla with Aiden, but doesn't have enough health. Nah, there's everything full. This 2 has fall already, then there is no more resurrection. It's over with only 3 heroes, eh? Quite interesting. Okay, going to be faster. It's going to take forever to kill Astaroth. Almost 30 seconds. Okay. The next match is the one I mentioned with Jasmine versus Chaotic 10-0. What a surprise. Versus, instead of using Faceless, we use Kayla. It was 5-5, quite interesting in my opinion. So we can see one match. What happens here? I have also the, I think it's called Warrior. So this is the reason you see this red color behind the Warriors. It was surprised because here I was expecting that you kill very fast Sesa, but something weird happens because Sesa now is in this position and we are not killing Sesa. I think this is another bug related to bugs we have identified with Oya, because Sesa was there in the middle without not doing too much. I think there is a bug when we have heroes that jumps in the middle, like Luther or Kayla. With Oya, I'm checking sometimes there is some bug, so careful with this. And now because we have five siblings and clever, we are going to win against this team despite they have Tristan. You're going to be fast. It's going to take forever and now. And okay. So let's go versus Amira, 10-0 versus pure damage team, 9-1 versus this combination of, I like this, I use sometimes this in defense, versus the Octavia Dante with five siblings, 1-9. We can see what happens here, but it's a very good team that I use sometimes in defense. There is a counter, it's not an easy counter, but there is a counter for this team, like any other team. Too much damage, as you can see. The team that give or how Kayla does that much damage is because Octavia give Kayla armor penetration because Kayla is dodging because it's the front hero. With Oya down and then Tristan is going to die now. There is not honestly not too much to do. Well, but it's taking time. Finally. Okay. So the next one versus the Oya with Kayla and Clever, 8-2 versus Full Fire Siblings, 10-0 versus Progress Team with Lian and Amira, 10-0. I think Amira they need to do something with Amira because a new hero is the same than Cascade. They are not really showing the value. This is the hard counter, okay, for this team. And 0-10 is the first time that we get a 0-10 in all the tests we have done. And this is the reason this team is that good. Because it's very difficult to find, not difficult, you saw it, this team, for example, beats this team. But it's difficult to fight to the normal metas and lost 10-0 against them, okay? What reason and or what happens here is very simple. Astrid is the decoy against Oya. Okay, it gives you the armor to survive enough. And then we have Corvus that kills Clever when Astaroth tries to resurrect. Morrigan stops the resurrection. And then Masi and Moyo put too much pressure on Tristan, particularly Moyo, for the energy gain of Tristan with stunning and doing damage. And then Masi starts to create mushrooms, and at the end is going to be to overrun the team. Okay, which is what is going to happen now. Okay, and you see here the damage that has been done. This is Moyo, particularly against Tristan. Okay, and you see it's a team that does a lot of damage. And then finally versus the Jasmine version with Oya, 9-1 versus Julius is 6-4. We can see a match here. One that we lost. What happens? Wow, 3 warriors. 3 class warriors here. Good resurrection here. And Ash has died. This is weird because Astaroth should have avoided the resurrection of Kayla via Aiden, but it was not the case. So this is what happens. Okay, it's very similar team. So at the end of the day, is priority. Okay, so this is all the result. Let me go back, and I can see you. Okay, in case you would like to take notes or something. This is the first time then we have more loss than victory, okay, versus the Astrid version. Then we need to go to this particular Octavia version, and this 37. Maybe I run again, and then we get 5-5, or we get 7-3, or because it's Octavia, you never know. 5-5, half-half, okay. 1-9, again against Octavia with 5 siblings. The counter, natural counter, and then that's it. As you see, step Octavia and the Progress Astrid team, which is this one here.